What's going on, everyone? It's Phil and Autumn. It's Cave Talk episode 16. And today it's Justice League.
Yes, we're talking Justice League. We both saw it. Mm-hmm. It's going to be our review, our reactions, our what we liked, what we didn't like. So if you haven't watched the movie, spoiler alert, we'll talk about everything. Post-credits, Easter egg stuff. I don't know. We're going to be talking a lot about
It's a short movie, though, so I'm excited to, because it's pretty succinct, kind of analytically. But you liked it, right? I think we're kind of in the minority there.
Yeah, we both were on the same page that we liked it, maybe for different reasons.
Yeah.
But we both liked it, and, it's just a nice movie to watch, like a popcorn movie. Just oh yeah, it was don't think about it too much, just go ahead and watch it.
Yeah. And I thought Thor was the same way, but I think Thor was a little bit better executed. Mm-hmm. But that's not to say I didn't enjoy Justice League just as much.
Yeah. It's funny because our former colleague asked us on Twitter which one should he see, Thor or Justice League, and we both said he should watch Thor, even though how I explained it to people was Thor is a better movie, but I liked Justice League more, and I don't know why.
I think we just like the characters more, honestly.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that yesterday. Mm-hmm. We were just I think we're more invested in the characters.
But they were, we didn't really have too many characters to be invested in going in because there was so many new characters. The Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, they're all brand new.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just them. We people who watch our show know we like Arrow and the Flash, so we like the universe, the DC universe, a lot. Maybe more so than Marvel's. So having those characters on screen together was wow, okay, yeah, I can get into this. Especially when it's coming off of Batman vs Superman and Wonder Woman and coming off of all those movies. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just weird. It's hard to say because I know a lot of people didn't like the movie, and there are flaws with the movie, and it's not a flawless movie. There's no such thing as a flawless movie. But I liked it more than I disliked it.
Right.
And what I disliked about it didn't detract from the overall movie.
So what did you dislike about it?
Probably the biggest thing I hated about the movie. I mean, there were a few things I didn't like about the movie, but the biggest one was Batman.
Okay.
Just his portrayal, and it's weird because we talked about this yesterday again off camera. Ben Affleck was one of the best parts of Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, he was arguably the best part. Yeah.
And in this movie, he's probably the weakest.
Yeah, he's the weakest of them.
And I don't know if it's because he's already checked out. Because he's obviously, if you haven't read the news, he wants to leave. The character doesn't want to do anything.
I don't believe that shit. I'm sorry.
I mean, money talks. I mean, if they give him the money to keep going, I mean, it's be hard for him to say no, but I just
feel like no one knows what they're talking about, honestly, and people just need to shut the fuck up and wait, let's be real, who the fuck actually has a decent scoop, it's reliable about that? Nobody.
Matt Damon does, probably.
Matt Damon?
I would think.
I know what you mean. It's too early to do all this fucking analyzing about whether the character is going to stay or leave.
Yeah, Flashpoint would just, write them off.
Which is a valid theory, but,
I don't know.
That wouldn't be Ben Affleck leaving. That would be the nature of how the story is progressing, you know? So I think they need to just shut up about poor Ben, in a way,
Yeah, the meme of him, in that interview.
Yeah.
And, you see his face, when they're talking about, all the critics and everything. His face just, it's so sad. And, I don't know. I think he's just done. It's hard. He did it with Daredevil, and now he's doing it with Batman. And, they're just not, taking to him.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's got to be hard as an actor to just be well, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, he's not... He never struck me as, a superhero guy. You know what I mean? There are elements of his performance that I do like. He is quiet. You said you didn't care for his humor in the film.
Yeah.
I do like how he's kind of reserved and he brings a lighter Batman energy in a way. He's not kind of a cement block like that Batman you kind of picture or you see in the animated movies.
I should clarify though, I don't dislike his execution of the humor.
Okay.
I just dislike the idea of Batman being a jokey character, and it's just he's Batman. He shouldn't be joking.
Well,
there's enough joking characters in his team.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
So again, spoiler alert, was that one. I always go back to that one scene where Superman's revived and he's choking Batman out, and he goes, and Superman tells Batman, do you bleed? Obviously, going back to Batman vs Superman, And after Superman leaves and Batman's just on the floor after he got like thrown into a damn car, he goes, "Yeah, I'm bleeding all over," or whatever. He says something like that, and I'm like the delivery was fine. If it was any other character, I would really find it funny. But it's like Batman shouldn't be joking like that. I don't know. He just should have been like, he's gotta be a cool guy. It's just gotta be cool.
What I did notice is anytime the chance they could get, they tried to like discuss how he was old and was like maybe not able to do it anymore. That's to me it was a signifier in the movie that maybe it was Ben Affleck's last time. They're gonna make an excuse. Oh, he can't do it anymore. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Because they really went out of their way to like show how he's getting too old for it.
Yeah, I mean I like that dynamic because everyone was pretty relatively young on that team.
Yeah.
You know, Wonder Woman's like hundreds of years old, but we don't count.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. But like, because one of the conflicts in the movie was he wanted Wonder Woman to lead the team. Like, you're the leader, go do it. And she's been reluctant because of what happened in her movie. You know, she led the team, she led the group. And then Steve Trevor died and all this stuff, and she wasn't strong enough for this and this and that. So she's been reserved about it, and that kind of explains why she's been missing. Mm-hmm. Just hit the mic. She's been missing for all those years, because that was World War I.
Right.
And I don't know if Wonder Woman 2 is going to explain anything else, but she has been missing from the world for so long, and he brought that up.
Yeah.
And it's like a valid criticism, and like, I love that part. What was it?
There were so many good lines.
After they lost to Steppenwolf, right? After their first encounter, and Aquaman joins, and they go to the Batcave, and he made Batman says something to Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman literally just pushes him against the thing, and he goes flying back. I started cracking up. I'm like, yeah.
What was it?
Something about Steve.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, like, oh yeah, like what happened to your boyfriend, something like that.
Oh.
And she like really quick, like just pushes the shit out of him, and I go, oh damn, yo.
It was weird because I read a story that said there was like supposed to be like sexual tension between.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Did you get it? Because I didn't get it. Only when she was like, oh, let me take your fucking patch you up or whatever.
Yeah, that was like that's the point.
Yeah, but it wasn't really doing it for me. It's like any good person would patch him up. He's a fucking human.
It goes from Batman vs Superman though.
Yeah,
you know how their interaction in Batman vs
that
Superman.
is very romantic.
And
kind of.
And in her own movie, he's the one that bring the photo and all that stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's there. It's there. You know what I mean? And then like Alfred jokes about it all the time from the whole movie,
I hope she saves it for Ryan Gosling. I don't know.
Ryan Gosling?
Is it him people want to be Batman?
No, the rumor is Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
They're the same person.
No, they're not the same person. Yeah. I hope it's not Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know. They should have just gotten like a no-name person.
I know.
I don't know. Whatever. Because I only see Ben Affleck. That's the problem. But yeah. I mean, that was my problem with the movie. It's just like he needs to be a cool character. Just cool and suave. When he's Bruce Wayne, he can be jokey, whatever. When he's Batman, he's got to be Batman.
Actually, it's funny you said that because I do think I like Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne better.
Mm-hmm. Than his Batman.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, people say that about like Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Like his Batman is good, but his Bruce Wayne is bad.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's also really funny because Ben Affleck used to be this like kind of slim, like lanky dude, and now when he wears a suit, like you can see where his vest, because he's like so jacked now. Yeah. Like his vest like fits odd, and his like pants like hang weird. It's like
he's just a block. Like he's just like, I'm so big now.
It like doesn't flatter his body type. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks out of shape, even though he's pretty much in shape. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was my biggest pet peeve. It's just Batman's portrayal. Like, it didn't kill it for me, but like, it was just like I almost like had like this, like like really.
You're really picky about that kind of stuff, though.
But I am, because it's like he's been portrayed so many ways, like not so many ways, but like the same way for so long.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is what I feel like. Watching it felt like watching a long episode of like Justice League cartoon.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
the first thing I thought of.
So I love that cartoon. So it's just like this felt like a very long episode of it. So it was very kind of campy in his own way, but like even in that portrayal, Batman is cool and like never like smiling and brooding. Even though he's been on the team for long, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So it's just like him to be doing that is just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I know it's going against it because like it was supposed to be like Superman getting the team together or something, not really Batman. So he was kind of filling that role. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, I don't know.
I love Superman in this. I never would have thought I'd say that.
I know, you were saying that yesterday. Like Henry Cavill. You didn't even know his name. You were like, Henry, whatever his name is.
That scene was so Superman.
Which one?
You know, when he comes back? Mm. And he's like with sweatpants on, his shirt off or whatever. And like Lois comes. It was just a really beautiful scene. Yeah, that was like the common, you know, good positive point of Justice League from everyone I like follow and stuff. Was like, yeah, this is Superman. Finally, it took us like how many movies, but this is actually Superman. Right.
Because he was like lighthearted, you know, full of hope and, you know, jokey in some ways. Like, yeah, that's Superman.
Yeah.
But also a badass in his own way.
Right.
So, yeah, he wasn't brooding. He wasn't like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, he was confident. So it was like, okay, yeah. So, yeah, I enjoyed.
Did you like the way they brought him back?
Yeah, why not?
It was okay.
Because in the comics, I had to explain this to my fiance's father. Because he was like, I told him in the comics how he died. Well, obviously from Doomsday, they just beat the crap out of each other and he, like, died.
Yeah.
But he didn't actually die in the comics. Apparently, Kryptonians go into some kind of hibernation when they're like on the verge of death.
Right.
And so he was actually in like a crazy sleep. Mm-hmm. Here, he was actually dead. It seemed that way, you know. So I was like, okay, how else would you bring him back by some otherworldly power?
I would have never thought that mother boxes would have come into play in the way they did in Justice League. That was a pleasant surprise for me, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, because normally they're not like, oh yeah, just source of power. It's just like, I'm just using it to teleport.
Right.
Like to teleport to another world.
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. It's weird because another complaint I see is Steppenwolf or whatever. I thought he was a decent villain.
Well, he was fine. Like he's not any better or worse than any Marvel villain. Yeah. You know, like the CGI was like eh, and that was another thing. Like the CGI across the board was very eh.
Yeah.
Him being completely CGI, I think, was a misstep. They could have had someone like almost like Ares in Wonder Woman, where it was actually him, but from far away CGI.
I thought that was worse battle scene than.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I mean, the battle scene is worse with that because I don't know. I think
it was weird in Wonder Woman.
It just looked weird.
Yeah.
It just looked weird. Like here, it looked, you know, fresh and like everything looked crisp. Right. I should say. But just him being CGI, his face being CGI was just weird to me. Yeah. It's like you could have had someone in a mask or something. I don't know. But him as a villain, like, yeah, I mean, it's just a generic kind of villain where his motives are pretty solid. It's there. Yeah. And what he wants to do.
I liked how they, there is a way around the villain problem where it's like they don't need to explain it too much, and there wasn't that kind of same like beat a dead horse explanation of this guy's villainous intent, and I feel like that DC did kind of work off its strengths, and that's how they kind of approach it in the animated universe, where things are just understood. And I'm so tired of movies, and it's what I have a problem with Marvel. It's like, we need an explanation. We need to talk about it. We need to say, like, why he's evil and what he wants to do. Like, you know what I mean? We're intelligent enough. The audience is intelligent enough to just know what's happening.
Yeah, why can't he just be evil?
Right.
Like, he's just bad. Like, he's just bad. He doesn't need to have layers.
They mentioned Darkseid, like, legitimately one time. And that's all it needed, It didn't need that him going back up wherever and talking to blah, blah, blah. See, I can understand why they took Lex out.
Yo, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much, like, Steppenwolf's part was, like, they gave his backstory where, like, in the war, like, years ago, he was there and he wanted to conquer the world to make the world habitable for his people, which is the people of Apocalypse, Darkseid, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand. Like,
that was a dope scene, too.
Oh, man. The Amazons? Mm-hmm. Woo. That was crazy. Yeah. But, like, you didn't need any more than that. Mm-hmm. What else did you need? And he actually even gives you a little bit more, like, correct me if I'm wrong, like, it seemed like he was, like, exiled for failing. Yeah. Right? So now he can return. If he does this, he could be back in their favor and return back to home,
or even just, he probably, like, feels shitty about it and feels like he's worthless or some shit.
Yeah. So it's like, so what's the, I don't get like, what else did you want?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a villain and a bad guy who's a badass, who's strong, and, like, yeah, he's not the main bad guy. He was working for someone else.
And the movie's
like,
not about Steppenwolf.
No, of course not.
You know what I mean? Like, in a lot of other movies, like Marvel, like, everyone's under the impression the movie's going to be, like, about Thanos. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it is, but, like, it's more about these characters and the development, and I think that really came through in, in Justice League. And I appreciate I think they really did nail the 2-hour mark. I mean, what other movie this year flowed that way, that fast-paced, got everything across in less than 2 hours?
Yeah, I reckon, like, I was very skeptical. I'm like, damn, they're not going to get enough time in.
Was that not nice to, like, leave the theater?
It was like, it was quick.
It was great.
I was like, when we got to the final act, I'm like, oh, damn, we're already here.
Right. That alone, they need more. I've seen no one talk about that. To successfully get a movie like that in hour 59, that deserves praise in itself.
Like, it's interesting because, like, it's been well documented that they're doing the opposite of what Marvel's doing, where it's like solo movie, big team up.
Right.
This is big team up, solo movies coming out from there. You know, like Aquaman, they laid the seeds for that, his own movie. Cyborg laid the seeds for that, his own movie. Flash laid the seeds for that, his own movie. So it's like, They did it, and you know, you want to be skeptical about it, how it's done, and the execution of it. But I feel like the movie did its part in introducing all these characters. And to your point, saying, like, give the audience some credit. They know who these characters are already. Right. You don't need to do that. That was the problem with Batman vs. Superman. It's like, we didn't need 30 minutes of a Batman origin. Yeah. We already know his origins. We had how many movies with him? Right. So you didn't need to do all of this. Mm-hmm. So, you know, give the people credit, like, you know, Flash. Like, oh, there's a TV show, Flash. Oh, yeah. Oh, they gave a little bit of a flash here. Like, yeah, he got into an accident. You know, the whole scene with Cyborg. Right. They're both science accidents, right? Mm-hmm. So, oh, his father's in jail. That's enough. Yeah. Aquaman, he's from Atlantis. He went down there, and it's like, oh, you know, you're the son of the queen, and she's gone, and, you know, she gave you up. Right. You know, that's it. Boom, gone. Next person. So it's like, it kept going. Cyborg, he was a pleasant surprise in the movie. They gave him a lot of time explain his thing because he obviously
was that actor really good.
Ray Fisher, I think his name is.
Really good.
He was the biggest surprise. I thought he would be like in the back.
Yeah.
Like
they usually treat. Yeah. It seems like any character who's like half human seems to machine seems to just like kind of fall back.
Yeah, he had a really good part, and considering that he was a big part because he was part of the Mother Box stuff too. They used his parts.
You know what though? It pisses me off how Steppenwolf got the last Mother Box.
Oh yeah, that's stupid.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
After all that, he just goes, "Thank you," and he just goes away. I'm like, ew. So someone put that in a tweet, had me laughing. It's been going around. It's like, I think it's like Cyborg says, it's like, okay, we have the Mother Box. We have to keep it away from Steppenwolf, and was like. And it goes one by one, like, yep, got it, cool. And then it goes at Batman. It's like, I'm just going to leave it right here. Yeah, like, I was going to leave it on a cop car in the middle of, like, Metropolis.
I was just like, really, though?
Come on.
But you know what? That's why I do, like, I don't know. There's something about it that's okay, though. It's just, like, kind of funny. It's just, like, it is whatever. Like
it's very, like, a 90s, like, like, just to get the plot going. Mm-hmm. And like don't and like you said, like the time. Mm-hmm. Some people say like it's like watching an episode of Super Friends. Yeah, you know, like you know what I mean. Like it's just like it doesn't really make sense, but it's just entertaining and stupid entertaining. You know, it's just like I'm just gonna watch it to watch it. And that's what I tell people. It's like if you want something like don't think about it too much, just enjoy the ride, and you know you'll have a good time.
Some people are. I feel like there's two sides of people. Either people thought Ezra Miller was over the top, or people thought he was the highlight of the movie.
What did you think?
I thought he did his part well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he played the part they told him to play.
Yeah.
Was a little grating, maybe some
And I think that DC is probably putting a lot into Flashpoint. You know what I mean? So they need to give him a little bit more of a character-defining moments. Yeah. You know? Like, that's going to be a big, you know? Like, you can't do Flashpoint wrong.
I mean, if they want to, like, reboot their universe or something with a new Batman and whatever else they want to do, you know? I mean, he was fine. The problem with that is, like we say this about the Flash TV show. Barry's not supposed to be the jokey one. He's never been the jokey one. Yeah. It's always Wally who's the jokey one. And they always just combine the two together because, like, Then you look at the Justice League, like, who's the Joe character? There's no Joe character. It's like, okay, we need a Joker character. Oh, okay, the Flash.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, props to Ezra Miller for doing what they're telling him to do. It's like, yep, be silly, be yourself.
I feel like at this point, Barry and Wally are kind of, like, interchangeable because of, like, what Jeff Johns did. You know what I mean? Like, it used to kind of just be, like, Barry Allen, but now it's, like, depending on who you are, you know the Flash is either or. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of just like their identities are a little bit interchangeable because that is something that you can't really expect the average fan to really know the difference. You know?
No, I know, but I was just like bringing that up because like I don't know, just I know he's supposed to be younger Barry, like he's a young Barry, so it's like okay, yeah, he's more jokey. Right. He's like I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just push people, like I don't fight, which is like fun. It's like I just push people.
I have to say, I liked how they made his powers like look different than the CW. Yeah, like they had him just kind of disappearing. You know what I mean? Instead of, like, streaks going everywhere at every turn.
Yeah, every time, like, when he activates his powers, like, lightning comes around, which is cool. I don't like how he moves.
Yeah, he was, like, jogging weird, kind of.
No, it's like what skating.
Is
that? Yeah, it's like skating.
Yeah.
It's like speed skating.
Right.
And I'm like...
That was a little
odd.
Yeah.
But, like, it looks weird.
Yeah.
Because it looks like you're sliding on concrete. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, you're not. You're supposed to be running.
Well, I guess he could create that kind of force field under him that allows him to slide and like use less energy. You know, with the hard impact. I'm just getting into science here a little.
Yeah, but the friction of your feet on the concrete.
Yeah, I know, but he the electricity kind of creates its own platform.
Maybe.
You know.
Maybe I don't know. It just looks weird to me.
Yeah, it does.
Like when they had that,
it looks odd.
At the end when he went to look for those people.
Yep, that's a scene I'm talking about.
And it's like just him. Yeah. Green screen behind him, and he's just like.
I know.
And I'm like...
But it's like going side to side, so it looks like
he's like skating. I mean, he's like this, and I'm like... No.
Like he's fucking Frozone or some shit. Yo, I'm like, yo. It's like... I just rewatched that movie last night, yo. It's so good.
I gotta rewatch that. But yeah. Okay, who else is there? Cyborg, we said Aquaman was fine.
He was okay.
People like praised him. I'm like...
A little underwhelmed.
Yeah, I'm like, I expected a lot more. It's just like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. Yeah, like a big version.
Yeah, like, my man. All right. That's all I kept hearing. I'm like, okay, sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is a badass, as always. I liked her character arc, and she became the leader at the end.
Yeah, I did like that. I like
that.
What else? Damn. It did go by really... It really did just flash before your eyes.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It's, Okay, let's talk about, like, the CGI.
Okay.
Like, I already said, like, I thought the CGI was pretty bad in this movie, and I don't know why, but we have to, like, talk about Henry Cavill's CGI face.
Did you notice?
Oh, you didn't notice it?
I look.
Oh,
I noticed.
It was literally the first scene in the movie.
Was it?
His face looked so weird to me.
It looked like it had a bunch of makeup on.
It looked like he had makeup on, and they CGI'd his mouth.
Like, it was a different kind of skin color, you know?
Like it looked like makeup, but, like, his face would move, but whatever they did here wasn't moving with him.
Yeah.
So it was just like this, and I'm like that one was it was like a phone video, right? Mm-hmm. The kids. That was the first thing I went, oh.
See, I thought I noticed in that near that big battle scene.
Maybe.
Like during some of the interactions with Batman.
Maybe. I definitely the first scene in the movie I went, whoa. It's like they did it on purpose, like, okay, let's get this out the way.
Yeah.
See, yes, it's crappy. Whatever.
I wonder, like, what exactly... Well, I guess we know what they wanted to change because we can see it, but, you know...
What do you mean?
I wonder why they had to go back, you know?
Oh, the reshoots, yeah. It was just for Joss Whedon's vision. Right. And that's another thing about the movie. You could see where the reshoots were. Yeah. Like, it was not cut well. Like, the editing...
Oh, no. The whole movie wasn't structured really odd.
Oh, it was not. Like, you knew what was Snyder and what was Whedon. And it's like, it was blatantly obvious. It was why people are petitioning just for a cut that's just Snyder's vision. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you're not going to get that. So, yeah. Definitely like that phone, the beginning part, that's all Whedon. Him like, oh yeah, hey, yeah, the little kids or whatever. That was definitely Whedon. I think the scenes... I feel like some of the ending was Whedon.
See, I'm not enough of like a film buff to like really pay attention.
No,
to
I'm not a
stuff.
film like I couldn't be like, oh, I know that director. I know this like just from their style.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Snyder is pretty easy, but
right.
but like it just looked weird. Like the cuts, just like I can't remember exactly, but I remember somewhere in the middle there was just like a cut from one thing to the next, and it was jarring to me. I was like, oh.
I'm wondering if they started production with that 2-hour timeline. You know what I mean? That's what I think, because this is the thing. I can't decide. Mm-hmm. Was it structured poorly and cut together, like, kind of haphazardly because of the time constraint? Or was it like that just because of, like, poor execution and, like, director changes? Like, that's what I can't really figure out, you know?
I feel they had a movie. It was like 2.5, right? And then the mostly with Snyder. And there was he probably had to leave with the movie wasn't done yet when he left. Like him in the director's chair it was not done yet. So he got maybe 3/4 of the way done before he had to leave.
Yeah.
They had brought Whedon in. He got to finish the last quarter, whatever quarter that was. Might have been the ending, I don't know. And then they tested it. The people who saw it didn't like it, I guess. Which is why they facilitated the reshoots to make more jokes and make it a little more lighter. And then they were like, you know what, cut it to 2 hours.
Yeah.
So they had to cut. I don't know what they cut. I have no idea what they cut. Maybe the Atlantis scene was longer. When he went to Atlantis, maybe that was longer. Maybe...
I would say it's probably stuff with those individual characters who we haven't met yet, probably. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Maybe the prison scene with Barry's father... maybe Lois and Superman being together was longer with the mother. Yeah. That could have been longer. Yeah. I mean, we'll never know. Like, I think Forbes wrote a whole thing about, like... I think it was Forbes that wrote a whole thing about the whole production of the movie and how much shit happened to them. Yeah. You know, not just Snyder's family issues and... We didn't have to come in and reshoot and mustaches and stuff like that. There was so many things that went wrong in the production of that movie. It was like almost a cursed movie. Yeah. And considering all that crap, it was a decent movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
I thought, I didn't think it was nearly as bad. But how does it leave off? How does the story leave?
So Batman and Wonder Woman are together again with Alfred, and they buy a big mansion. Oh. And it's going to be the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, like get a table with this many chairs, but leave room for more.
Yeah, she's like, we'll have this many chairs because we want more. Mm-hmm. So.
That's a dope way to leave off.
Yeah, so that was how it left off, and then Superman walking. And this is the thing me and my friends I saw it with were like, I brought it up to them. I'm like, okay, yeah, we know Superman's dead. Like, everyone knows the world. The world knows Superman died. But what about Clark Kent? Right. And does it really tell you how many months it's been from Batman vs. Superman to this? No. Right? So it's like...
I didn't catch it, at least.
I don't know how... Yeah, I don't think it was like a year. Cause, I mean, the movie was a year ago, I think. But, like, I don't think time-wise it was a year. So he wasn't dead for a year. Yeah. And so, like, okay, he had a job at the Daily Planet, so that's gone. And it's like, does no one know he's dead? Like, did Clark Kent die the same day? Right. The people, like...
I think so.
You know what I mean? And now he's back, and no one's explaining.
Do you think he's going to just come back to being Clark Kent, though?
Yeah, he was walking the streets with his glasses and everything.
Seriously?
Yeah. You don't remember that? He was walking the streets, he heard something, and he goes in the street and goes like this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, looks like he's Clark Kent again.
Yeah.
So I was just like, how do they explain that? Was he away, like, on sabbatical for, like, a year? I don't know.
Yeah, because his body was like definitely in the cat. They're digging him up. That was a good scene.
They dug up Clark Kent's body.
I hated how they just had him chilling in the water for like fucking ever.
Was he chilling in the water?
Yeah, they just like put him in there, and then he was just like lying there like dead corpse and like.
Oh, they didn't know what to do with him with his suit on and everything. Poor suit. It's like they didn't know what to do. They were like, "Oh, let's use the mud box." And what bothered me was in that scene. Right, they were like, okay, Flash, you need to go and give him a jolt, right? And then they're about to count it down for him to do it, and then Aquaman out of nowhere comes. Maybe Wonder Woman was right. We shouldn't do this. I'm like, what are you talking about? You were fine this whole time, and now all of a sudden you're like,
well, it's gonna depend on this fucking kid. You know what I mean?
Oh, It cracks me up because I feel like they just infuse conflict for the sake of conflict a lot of the times. Because, like, Wonder Woman and Batman's conflict made a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. And then, like, they had the whole cyborg thing. We'll talk about that scene. That's my favorite scene in the whole movie. When Superman comes back and they're fighting him. And Cyborg, like, kind of, like, shoots at him. Right. You know, it's because his machine body can't control it. So then Aquaman was like, oh, I can't trust you now. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, really? Come on. I don't know. There was just forced conflict in there. And I knew what they were trying to do. And maybe there was a cut where it explains it better. But it was just like...
Aquaman's a fish out of water. He's just out of his element.
I don't know.
He doesn't know what to do.
He doesn't know how to play nice with people, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But let's go to that scene. Like, my favorite scene of the whole movie was Superman coming back, him going to Metropolis, and then they go after him. And it, like, because he's like, I don't know what's... I'm back to life. I don't know what's going on. And they all had to fight him. And it was funny because him and Wonder Woman's fight was cool. Because he, like, headbutts her. And she's like, excuse me? And it headbutts him. And it doesn't really faze him. And she's like, oh, shit. Yeah. And then he just, like, throws it down or something. And then, like, holding him and everything. And then some Flash comes around. I love that. Oh, that scene. I was cracking up. He's trying to get behind him. And it's all slow motion. And Superman just goes...
I know.
And then Ezra Miller's eye, like, oh my god.
I was like, scene. I would watch this movie again right now.
Oh, I would watch it again. Like, talking about it, I'm like, oh man, that was there was a lot of moments like that where I was just like, oh man, that was so cool. Yeah. And that's how you have to take this movie. Just like, it's not a deep movie. It's not a deep movie whatsoever.
I think it'd even be better watching at home.
It might be.
You know? Just like... chilling, just with a joint, maybe.
Like maybe a director's cut, maybe there's added scenes on there.
Yeah.
So you're not sitting in a movie theater for 2.5 hours. You could be at home 2.5 hours, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was fun. Like that scene, and like him and them trying to fight, and like him trying to punch Flash. Like, oh, you're gonna die if you don't get out the way right now. So
it's funny because we're sitting here and it's like weird because it feels weird this review because there really isn't that much to overanalyze.
No, there wasn't. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't think about it too much.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, it's like, yes. It's like, it's kind of shallow. The movie's a little shallow. The whole point of the movie was to get the team together and bring Superman back. That's literally what the point of the movie was. I like that, though. Yeah, that's all it did. And that's what it tried to do, to kickstart the universe. Yeah. And that's what I feel like they did it well. But if you're looking for, like, pathos and all this other shit, like, you're not going to really get it. Yeah. The most you get is from Wonder Woman and Batman. And their relationship, whatever. Yeah. It was funny because we were talking about like the romantic whatever. That scene where he's like, oh, you see like bruised up and everything, and like broken shoulder, and she. And me and my friends were like, are they gonna fuck? Right before they go into battle. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Maybe they cut that out. I don't think they're doing any kind of sexual like things with Wonder Woman. I think they're staying clear of that.
Well, you brought it up, which I don't know if I agree with. You said her first scene in the movie.
It was up the skirt.
I don't think that was. I don't think it was.
Look, we'll place a bet $5 when it
comes out. I'm gonna remember this in a year.
When it comes out on DVD.
In 4 months when the movie comes out.
Look, it might not have been the very first, but I'll say it was in the first 5 shots of her actually wearing a costume. It was during the bank. She's standing on some platform.
She's standing on the statue.
Yeah, and it's up. It's like legit. No, I saw her bones.
It's like this.
No. No, I saw her panties.
No, you saw her skirt.
No,
panties.
No, look. You saw the skirt, and then she has like a little bathing suit type thing underneath. You can see her crotch.
No way.
Yes.
No, it pans out, like it zooms out from zooming out, and all you see is her legs zooming out like this.
No, I saw the top of her thigh bone. It was too much, Phil. They could have eased up on the angle.
I mean, we'll see.
And it kept going. The problem was, one shot. It's fine, whatever. It went back to the same shot of her standing up there.
I don't remember this at all.
At least twice.
I don't recall this at all. I have to.
We'll get this.
We'll go back to this.
Look, it's for real.
Well, that's another great scene too. In the beginning with the bank scene, and one of them is like, I was like, holy shit, that was cool. That was cool. So there was so many cool moments. Like, how do you not like this movie? I don't get it.
I honestly just think it's people just looking for something to bitch about, and critics in particular, because the audience enjoyed it just as much as Thor. If you're going by the Rotten Tomatoes poll or whatever.
But it's just like, people are like expecting like, I don't know, they're just expecting something that's not there, or, you know, that was never supposed to be there, I guess. Like I said, again, you were expecting like this crazy pathos between these characters and everything. It's like, no, you're not going to get that here. It's just like a fun episode of Justice League, you know what I mean? That's all it was.
Yeah.
And like, if you're looking for something more, you're going to be disappointed. And I felt like they were looking for something more.
But I would say the same about me with, like, Thor, you know? But, I don't know, I feel like I was really able to, like, admit that, at least.
What?
I was expecting something more from Thor, and that's the problem.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe I was, too. Yeah. I felt like, because I'm like, oh, this is going to actually be a pretty good movie. And everyone's, like, slurping it up on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. I'm like, oh, man, this is a really good movie.
Yeah.
The best reviewed Marvel movie of all time.
That's ridiculous.
I was like, really?
That's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Really? I don't know. I don't know where it would land on my best. It's, like, down there for sure. I'm like, it's not one of the best for sure at all.
People are ranking it, like, above... It's like Spider-Man Homecoming even, and I'm like, that's a bit...
No, I don't know about that. They're on the kind of... But I didn't like Spider-Man as much as you did, though, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I think you liked it more than I did.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, it was alright.
It was like an episode of, like, a teen drama show.
I kind of put, like, Guardians 2, Thor, and Spider-Man all on the same plane. They all kind of just like
I would say
melded
Spider-Man
together.
Homecoming is a little bit more higher.
Okay, maybe.
I thought
'Cause
Guardians of the
Spider-Man,
Galaxy Volume 2 was pretty weak.
That was so forgettable.
Yeah.
I don't know. And Thor was kind of forgettable, too.
I think Iron Man ruined Spider-Man Homecoming.
What happened?
I think Iron Man.
Oh, yeah. We check our review on that one.
Yeah. Did we talk about that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was my biggest concern going into the movie. I'm like, there's way too much Iron Man.
And it wasn't because I thought it was bad. It wasn't because I thought his parts were bad. I think it just ruined the essence.
It just ruined, like...
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, like, him, like, just on him. Mm-hmm. And then, like, oh, yeah, by the way, he's part of this big universe. I'm like, we didn't need that. We know that already. We saw Civil War.
Right.
Like, we know, okay, the beginning, fine. Like, my problem with that... We're going way off topic, but... The beginning of Spider-Man Homecoming, they went too long into that Civil War stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, Iron Man popping in and out so much is like, that's ridiculous to me.
But on bringing back to Justice League on the similar topic, none of these characters really overshadowed each other, which was great.
In Justice League?
Yeah.
No. They all got their thing. If anything, Aquaman could have used more time. I
think Aquaman kind of got the short end.
He got the short end for sure. I mean, his movie's coming out first, I think.
Is it?
I feel like it is. So it's like... Okay, let's not give him too much time because we don't know when the other movies are coming out.
Yeah.
He's going to have his own movie soon.
So they introduced Green Lantern, kind of. Like.
Oh, that was a good mark-out movie.
So, yeah, I wonder if they're going to...
There was 2 Green Lanterns, supposedly.
Yeah.
I only remember seeing one.
I only remember seeing one, but I do believe that because there was kind of a lot going on. It was, like, too much to see.
It was funny because there was a guy who was shooting lightning in that scene, and my friend was like, that's Shazam! I'm like, no, it's not. Yeah. And it wasn't, because when you look at the credits, it's like of Zeus, I think it was.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, see?
Yeah.
He was like, oh my god, it's Shazam! And I think Comic Book wrote a story, it's like, is Shazam in Justice League?
Well, they wrote that for the hits.
Yeah. I didn't read it, because I would have just been like, no, he's not. film clickbait Twitter account. No, he's not.
Pretty much.
It's Zeus, it's not Shazam.
But so the post credits, the last one was the impactful one. What was the first one?
The first one was the race between Flash and
Superman. Yeah.
And this bothered me too. I'm like, but you're flying. You're not actually running. Superman.
That's true.
Why are you flying?
I mean, he can run pretty fast.
That's the whole point, though. You're supposed to be running.
Yeah.
There's no way. Flash is way faster than, and this is a young Flash.
You think that? I feel like he could fly faster though.
Than running.
You don't think so?
But that's the whole point. You're supposed to be racing.
Yeah, I know.
Flash can't fly. That's not fair.
Well, it's still a race, you know? Like, whose power is, you know...
No. It doesn't matter. Flash is faster no matter what he does.
I'm just trying to think, though, because, I mean... Yeah, I mean... Superman can't, like, fly at the speed of light, can he?
I don't think so.
Yeah, not to my knowledge.
I don't think he can.
Like, the Flash can legitimately, like, evaporate, you know what I mean?
When he's, like, fully powered, he's at least the speed of sound.
Right.
Both of them, I presume, is the speed of sound. But anyway, this is young Barry, so he's not as fast as he should be, anyway.
He's pretty fucking fast.
Yeah. I don't know. That was the first one. I was whatever. That just bugged me. I'm like, you're flying, you're supposed to be running.
They didn't show any of the ending of it. I was like, really?
No, they weren't going to. It was just teasing. No, just like, it was fan service post-credit scene. That's all it was. And you said the most impactful one was the second one, where we're in I don't know what the prison in Metropolis is called. I don't know if it's Iron Heights or anything. But anyway, it's a prison, and they're looking for Lex Luthor. You think it's Lex Luthor, and it's actually another bald inmate. And then we cut to a boat in the harbor, and another boat is going towards it. The boat stops. The person coming out of the boat is like some ninja dude, and it's actually Deathstroke. That was spoiled to me before. I didn't know the exact scene, but I knew that it was going to be Deathstroke.
I saw a story that was like, if you watch Arrow, you'll like the post-credits. I'm like, fuck off. You just ruined it. Like, you know what I mean? You know it's not going to be fucking Green Arrow.
No, it wasn't going to be Green Arrow. I knew that. I don't know why. I didn't think I was going to read too far into the post-credits, but I got enough. When I saw Deathstroke's name, I went,
I know.
Then I turned it on. I didn't want to know what was going to happen.
How do you like that pairing, though, Lex and Deathstroke?
Deathstroke's a big deal.
Yeah.
Deathstroke is a big deal. So it looked cool. He comes out, takes his mask off. We didn't get a good look at it.
It was a really well shot scene.
They didn't stay on, I don't know the actor's name, Joe Marrongelli or whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't stay on him long, like he had white hair and everything, the patch. But they didn't stay on his face long enough for me to actually see how he looked. Because I want to see how it looked. And then it goes, you see Lex just chilling there, bald Lex, right? Mm-hmm. He's bald, and he goes, yeah, the Justice League. I don't remember what Deathstroke even said.
I think he was just like, yeah, I'll work with you.
Was he the one that, like, got him out of prison? I don't even know. I don't know.
I don't know the court. I don't really know the...
I don't remember what he said, but it was just, like, along the lines of, well, why are you bringing me here? And then Lex comes, like... Or he, like, giving him an update on the Justice League or something. It's like, yeah, they teamed up, and then... Lex was just like, yeah, maybe we should make our own team.
We both want the same thing. Or,
maybe we should make our own team. I'm like, ooh, Legion of Doom.
You think Legion of Doom?
Or the Injustice League.
Yeah.
One or the
other.
other.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the Legion of Doom is more Super Friends, but...
I have a feeling, since they did Legion of Doom on the CW show, specifically, you know what I mean? Like, they could have...
Oh, I mean, they could just do the Injustice League, I guess. I'll be interested to see. I presume... Every one of these movies, the post credits will have something to do with that.
Yeah.
Aquaman, Black Manta, right into there.
Right.
Wonder Woman 2. I don't know who the villain. Cheetah, probably. Cheetah. Right into there. Flash, maybe Reverse Flash.
And that would be a dope way to do it.
Yeah, at the end.
I'm all for that.
And so Justice League 2 was against the Injustice
Are
League.
they doing Justice League 2?
No, it's not confirmed, but I mean, you can't just set that up.
Yeah, probably like 5 years from now, though. Like,
you gotta get the Wonder Woman 2, Flash movie, Aquaman movie, Green Lantern movie.
DC doesn't seem to be in like a rush like Marvel. Either,
no,
you know?
No, they're not in a rush. Cause they went, we'll just replace the actor. It's fine. While Marvel's like, okay, we only have like 4 movies with you. Let's make these.
And they're all gonna release this year.
Yeah,
like, fuck.
Let's make it count.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, that's Justice League.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
out of 10, what would you give it?
I don't want to say my score because I feel like I'm gonna get like reamed for it. Good thing no one watches this. But you know, I would give it. It's so tough.
They saw a Wonder Woman review. A lot of people saw a Wonder Woman review.
This is true. Yeah, it's you know, it's tough because it wasn't like creatively speaking and traditionally speaking, it wasn't a well put together movie.
Yeah.
But if you can make audiences enjoy it, they did a little bit of fan service. They tied up some loose ends. They put together the story they need to. And for me, they did it under 2 hours. What the fuck? You know? That's fucking amazing. I'm sorry. So, you know what? I want to give it like 7.5.
Yeah, I was just about to say 7.5. Like, it's almost like 2 scores.
Yeah.
If you're going by merits of just movie making, it's like a 5 and a half.
Yeah.
Like, all right, this is not a well put together movie. But in terms of my enjoyment and the
10.
entertainment of it, it's like an 8.5.
Yeah.
So like a 7.5 between the two, I think is a good average.
I was like grinning the entire time.
I was I saw this at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I was dead tired. I drove all the way to Long Island to watch this damn movie. I was little buzzed drinking, and then I'm like, oh, watch this movie, and I was up for that fucking movie.
I was after that Amazon party, so I was a lot of gin and tonics in. And
I went to the bar before we went to see the movie, and I'm like, let's go watch this movie. And then I was awake and I was eating my popcorn. I was like, "Oh shit, let's do this."
I had a burger and I was like chowing it down because I didn't want to like miss any moments. Thankfully, it came in like the first 5 minutes, so I'm just like tearing it down. The burger
was that big? It was like in front of your face like this.
Well, it's hard to watch the movie while you're eating. You know, it is.
That's why I don't eat it. I don't know.
It is weird.
It's weird to eat a whole meal in a movie theater.
I will say.
That's why I'm like candy or popcorn. Yeah. It's like, that's fine.
But the thing is, if the movie theater popcorn wasn't like $13 fucking dollars, you know, it's like.
Where'd you go? Alamo, right?
May as well go to the Alamo and get a meal for that, you know?
I don't know where $30
I spend like $20 at the concession stand.
That's a lot.
What do you don't get a popcorn soda candy?
I got a popcorn and soda. I didn't get the candy.
That alone is like $12.
Yeah, $12 for popcorn and soda.
That's a lot for some popcorn.
I thought you meant $13 just for the popcorn itself. I'm like, what? No, you crazy?
Not even at the Alamo.
Yeah, I was gonna say like.
But their tickets are cheaper too. They're like $14.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad compared to like the 17 average.
Mine's
17.
like 15.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, Justice League. Solid movie.
Go see it because you know what? There are all these writing stories about, oh, it's done terrible at the box office. What does this mean for the future? Blah blah blah.
Don't go off of Rotten Tomatoes shit.
Like shut up.
I don't want to say don't listen to reviews and don't listen to critics. I don't want to say that, but like if you wanted to see the movie before anything came out, don't let that detract from your wanting to see it. It's like, no, go see it.
Yeah. And
you make your own judgment.
That's good life advice.
Yeah, make your own judgments. Yeah. Don't take advice from anyone.
That's all. I think that we'll end on your little piece of life advice there, Phil. Words of wisdom.
Yeah, okay. Don't listen to us.
Check us out on Twitter. Check out Player.One. And that's it for this week.
Yeah. When's the next one?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. When is this going up?
Probably today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before Thanksgiving. Have a good Thanksgiving and be safe.
Take care, guys.